Lindsay or Mr. Dennis, you're representing yourself in this petition on probation?
Yeah, I don't think Brian's here.
Okay. All right, this is People v. Dakota Dennis, file 23-6637F. And Mr. Dennis is a probationer and has filed a motion to amend the probation to remove a no contact with his son. Mr. Dennis, is there anything you want to tell me about that motion?
Just that it's been since, I believe, April of last year since I've seen him. And I've done a bunch of parenting classes. I've done everything in probation I was supposed to. I see a counselor, I go to group. I also see a psychiatrist. I got some parenting classes that I've finished, the certificates. I don't know if you'd like to see those, but other than that, that's it.
Do you know, is there a probate court case, an abuse and neglect case, or a child protective services case that's?
I do not.
Oh. Ms. Goodrich, any position from people or information?
Yes, I do have the child's mother available to testify if the court wishes, but it's my understanding there was not a child abuse neglect case open. I think that's because there was an appropriate custodial parent, so sometimes they won't open a case if there is a parent that is safe that can provide protection.
Gotcha. Is there an order in a family court case, like a custody or support or divorce order?
Her understanding is that she has sole legal and physical custody, and parenting time is suspended because of this court's order.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dennis, is there a family court case, and in what county is it in?
Don't believe so. I just know I paid child support.
Okay, then there is a case.
Oh,
is that out of Sheboygan County?
Yep.
Oh. All right, and when did sole legal go to the mother?
I believe either April or May of last year.
Okay.
Whenever I was arrested.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Mr. Dennis, you're on a delay of sentence, so we'll be back for sentencing at the end of the delay. Let's see. We were placed on the delay in April, so next April we'll be back here for a final hearing on it. I guess I want to see at a minimum that we get to that point. I mean, you're on probation for abusing the child. So it's good that you're doing all of those things. Okay. But so I'm certainly, while you're on probation for abusing the child, I'm not going to order that you have any kind of visits with that child or remove the new content. We want to, number one, have you do all those things you're doing. Number two, get you through the probation next spring. And then once this case doesn't have any restriction on it, then what you'd still have to do, if parenting time has been suspended in a family court case, you would still have to petition for parenting time in that family court case. And then there would be an orderly process where it would go to a referee and then to the judge, whether it's me or Judge Bisanoff. And then we'd hear testimony from you and from the child's mother, you know, and there's a whole list of factors that courts consider on parenting time. Okay, so it's not like your rights have been forever terminated, but because of this case, it's a serious matter. We got to kind of keep this on a slow motion for now. Get you through the criminal probation, then you'd have to petition in the normal order of a family court case to get parenting time, and then the judge would consider that at that point. So I'm going to deny your motion to amend the terms of your probation.
Okay, how would I know if there's a suspension? Would that be something I would talk to the front of the court about after probation is over, or?
Yeah, you can go ask the front of the court to see what's the current order on your child support case. What's the current order on custody and parenting time? You should be able to get a copy of that. Yeah,
okay,
for sure. Okay, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here and say that I have set up playlists of some of my favorite cases and judges. So if you get bored and want to have a giggle or a gasp, then I could show you my cat's fridge, or you can check out these playlists. I'll leave a link below.
The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. All right. So, Miss Ibarra, you are on probation out of this court for criminal mischief. And it's a state jail felony. So if you were revoked, how much time are you looking at, do you think? What do you think the range of punishment is for that offense?
Not sure.
Up to 2 years in the state jail facility. And going to the state jail facility is different than going to prison. Because at the state jail facility, it's day for day time. So if you're sentenced to 2 years, you are doing 2 calendar years. And the report I'm receiving on you is you don't want to do your UA and you're not reporting. So that tells me that maybe you want to go to prison. Would you like to go to the state jail facility? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
No.
All right. So when you're drug tested today, because I see you don't want to do a drug test.
I'm not gonna do drug tests.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Okay. Can you put her in the box? Yes.
I was gonna say, we tried this and we went to the ladies' room and she refused.
All right. If you'll file a motion to revoke, please,
Yes, sure.
and we will sign that.
Okay, let's go.
So I have you out here because I have a couple things that have been brought to my attention that are quite concerning. I'm not asking you to say anything. I don't want you to say anything, but I want to put something on your radar. I want to do everything in my power to protect my city, my public, and I'm going to do it in every way that I can. I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But from what I understand, state is telling me that you have been allegedly making phone calls or threatening the complaining witness. In this case, you're charged with terroristic threat. And I want you to understand that it's a no, don't. I'm not asking much from you. All I'm asking you to do is don't contact this witness. Don't use anyone else to contact this witness. Don't make any threats. I had someone in this very situation not too long ago. I found that they continued to make threats and I put them in ag seg. I put them in segregation, separation. They literally sit in one room for 23 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they get 1 hour to go out. I don't want to have to do this to you, but if I find that you're threatening the witness in this case, I'm going to have to take drastic measure. And that includes putting you in ag seg. That means they take you out of Gen Pop, put you in this thing, and you're stuck there indefinitely until, I guess, either the case is resolved one way or the other. I also understand that your father is also allegedly as well. He's on bond for murder from what I hear. And if they go up there and they start hooting and hollering up there with the felony judge, it's very possible that they take action as well. Just don't. Life is way too short to spend the next years inside a 6x9 box. It's not worth it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Don't make any phone calls. Don't use anyone else. All I'm asking you to do is just don't. You know, if they, from this day forth, if I find that it happens, I will have a hearing to hold you in ag seg. You have to understand every phone call that is made, any correspondence that is sent, it's all recorded for the entire world to see. There are eyes and ears everywhere. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you want to add anything?
Yes, Judge. So I've been in contact with the complainant. She has told me that in the past, she has gone to the hospital because of him because he's been physically abusive to her. She thought that he was capable of acting on his threat had the police not arrived when they did. The first time I made contact with her, she told me that she had wanted the case to be dropped. And then the next day she called me again and said that the defendant, the witness on the case, who is the defendant's friend, basically ensured that that's what she had told me, that she had wanted the case dropped. And so they have been making contact with her, Judge, the defendant, the friend, and the defendant's father. The complainant is in fear for her life. She feels like she's being harassed and threatened. He has been in communication with her since being in jail. She has blocked the jail calls now. I advised her to file police reports so that we can get all this on paper because, for defense, defense has certain rights as well, Judge. And so, we want to do this formally. I would ask that given the egregiousness of all this and due to the genuine safety concerns that the complainant has, I would ask the defendant not be released from custody.
So from what I see now, and I'm gonna, here, you respond, please.
If I will, Your Honor, right now, he's still currently on bond in this case. And at this point, we have been given no notice of what the actual allegations are. We haven't seen a bond revocation report. We have yet to see any evidence of this other than hearsay from a party that has yet to come to testify to give her own testimony. I believe right now a revocation of bond is improper.
He's right. I know that you're standing up for the complaining witness in this case. I understand. But I have to see, right?
Sure.
And number one, has there been a no contact that's been entered in this case anyways?
There were bond conditions. In the bond conditions, he was supposed to have no contact.
Okay,
But we need a MOA, Judge. There's no MOA in place.
I will grant the order for protection now.
And I've spoken to my client. We're in agreement to that. So that's fine.
Just, you're on notice. Eyes, ears everywhere. This is what we do. I don't want to have to do anything to you. I don't want to have to put you in seg. So please, just don't. And just like I said, life is not worth spending the next couple of years in a box. So you're on bond in this case. I'm not going to revoke your bond now because they've not shown me anything that you have violated other than words. Okay. If they show me something, that's different. I'm going to enter in this order for protection now that prohibits you from having contact with her. So don't use anyone else. You understand, Mr. McCollum?
Yes, sir.
So this order for protection now,
It was signed on 11/7.
I know I'm granting a new one so that it extends it for another 61 days. So that Ms. DeVoe is now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. Understand, if you continue, it's very possible they file stalking charges on you as well, right? There's a multitude of other charges that can be facing if it continues. You cannot communicate with this person indirectly or in an indirect manner. You cannot use another person to try to communicate with this person. You cannot be in possession of a weapon, go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Just don't communicate. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to have you sign this order for protection.
I have a question, Judge, before we, is there a way to attach the father to it as well so that he doesn't have contact or no? I didn't think there was, I just wanted.
So what I had advised, and the appropriate way would be go to the felony court,
Yes.
apprise them of what is going on. They can take the measures if they deem appropriate, how to do that. But you need more than just the words, right?
So we should have the jail calls soon, according to my investigator. I spoke to her about it yesterday. Did you want to set it?
So
And
I would like to, at the minimum though, give him the benefit of the doubt, because I've not spoken to him to let him know the consequence of trying to communicate with her. You're on notice now. They want me to put you in separation now. I'm not going to do it. But if after today, December 4th, 2024, if I find that it continues,
Order in the court.
okay? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt now, but it's not going to happen again.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We good?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Life's not worth a 6x9 box. There's so many other fish in the sea. This is not your problem. You're on probation. That's what's holding you. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Really?
I understand that.
Okay.
And at this point, Judge, I believe the only thing I have, at least when I looked yesterday, visible to me is an OR. Can we get a regular reset on this case?
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like the felony is set for January 22nd. Whatever you want, it's yours, whatever you need. Yeah. All right, Mr. McCauley, we need you to sign them up and then good luck.
Thank you all so very much for watching to the end. Please subscribe and drop a like if indeed you did enjoy. I hope so. Until the next time, I'm off to feed those cats. And if you want to see another cool episode of mine without all the mandatory stuff, then click on the episode on screen now.